So one of the companies that we've taken a position in is Core Group Holdings. Now, why a position in this company? Well, the first thing is that they were valued at about $1 billion back here, $68 a share. They're now down to 74 cents. So right now their market cap, which is the value of the company, is only $61 million. There's a lot of investment advisors. Most top-tier investment advisors actually manage more than $61 million just in their book of retail clients. And so this company is not an inexpensive company.
Mhm.
So what do they do and why are we interested? Well, let's take it out of full screen here for a second. Okay. Core Group Holdings, Core Wireless. They specialize in Internet of Things.
Mhm.
They are a pioneer, leader, and trusted advisor delivering mission-critical IoT solutions and services. What does that mean? It means if you have something that wants to or needs to talk to everything, they're a backbone for doing that. And their last investor presentation was December 2023. So it tells me there is another investor presentation showing up here because usually they do these kinds of things quarterly. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, let's go Starlink cell phone. Starlink direct to cell. What is this? This is, in a short phrase, a game changer. Now, I'm down here in Mexico right now, so all of this is in Spanish, but bear with me. If you took your cell phone,
Mhm.
Harvey,
Mhm.
and decided that you wanted to go to the remotest place in Mindanao in the Philippines you could possibly find, out in the province. That's what they call it there, right?
Mhm. Yep.
Out in the province. You can't work from out there, can you?
I There's a certain problems that you can, but it's so hard. It's like you have in the like 12 12 to 3 a.m. like that. You have a signal, but it's not
Right.
much that you can work well. But you can browse,
You can browse. Okay.
but not so good like that. But there is
Imagine,
a province that totally lost internet, lost signal.
yeah,
Yeah,
no signal.
yeah.
So those communities out there on the fringe are the ones that could benefit the most from technology. The leverage point is right now they have no technology, and if there was something that could give them everything, that would be a game changer for their communities, right?
Hmm. Yep.
The highest level of game changer you could possibly imagine. Well, guess what? You can now get an unmodified cell phone, meaning just a regular 4G, 5G cell phone that will connect up into the heavens to Starlink satellite. And the satellites now have cellular, they're basically a cell tower in the sky.
Hmm.
They broadcast that back down to a ground network that talks to their partner operator network, which means that you can talk, text, and have data services everywhere. Got it?
Hmm.
So let's recap. You have a company with Core Wireless that specializes in Internet of Things connectivity that nobody seems to really care about. Okay.
Hmm.
That suddenly here, everything can connect everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you know that we also are on the very fringe of working with artificial intelligence, right?
Hmm.
And you know that Um, there's going to be a lot of devices that want to communicate with artificial intelligence over the next 5 years. Think of it this way. Um, if you're going to school out in the province,
Mm-hmm.
in 5 years from now, you're not going to think anything about the fact that you're in the province. You just are connected to the rest of the world.
Mm.
Somebody needs to onboard everything. Everything. They need to onboard a tablet computer. They need to onboard uh, all the way down to a bicycle. Needs to be smart enough to know how to lock and unlock itself from your cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
This is a revolution that is in the first stage of probably 5 or 6 stages of evolution. Okay. So that's why we're taking a position in Core Holdings Group. The other reason why is you already are manning the emergency notification signage across an entire country, aren't you, Harvey? You're that guy.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine what this does for us. Think about it. We can
Yeah.
now drop ship to every school. So you have a public-private partnership in the Philippines with the government, correct?
Yep.
So that public-private partnership now means that we can drop ship equipment, messaging equipment to every single school. But it has to be onboarded with a company like Core Wireless. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to introduce you to some of the team with Core Wireless because they have not met us yet. They don't know that we're already masterminding, that they are a core part, no pun intended, of a global initiative. So we're going to start it off in Canada, the US, and the Philippines. Cool?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So this is not because somebody at Core is going to watch this video and go, who the heck are these guys? Okay. So this is not scripted. Harvey, can you do me a favor?
Mm-hmm.
Can you please go to a layout in our system? Can you go to, let's do, I don't know, Caribou Arena. So can you log into our system and go to layout 11782 now, please? And we're going to time this because this is
It's
unscripted. You didn't know I was going to do this until now, correct?
yep.
Okay. So what is RV doing? Step number one, he's logging into the system that we developed. The system we developed is used for doing messaging for digital signage around the world. We do things like billboards, all the way down to coffee shops, all the way up to entire top 20 cities in the world. And what Arvy's doing here live is he's going into what we call a layout.
Yep.
So he's going into layout 11782.
I'm here.
This is unscripted. Yeah. And he is going to be remote controlling the content in this layout. Now, if anybody else wants during this video to do exactly the same thing, there's the QR code for the remote control for this layout on this page. In fact, I'm going to open up the remote control where you're getting in there, okay? So, simple terms, what Arvy's able to see is he can control the background, the foreground images, the browser experience, and he can even share that with others. So there could be 5 graphic designers all working on this design live. He can adjust. So he could move around the background and the foreground, everything in this live. So in that amount of time, going back to here, and what do you want to move, Artie?
Remove the weather.
Okay. So watch live while RV is changing my experience in Mexico from his cell phone in the Philippines. This technology now converges. what's going to happen is we're going to be shipping computers for communications that there is zero config out of the box. They are going to be connected with a global eSIM contract with Core Wireless, and they're going to drop into the schools, and they are that intuitive. There is zero configuration. How we're going to configure them is actually by text message. So Arvi and his team in the Network Operations Center is going to be able to talk to the devices, slingshotting across Core Wireless using the Twilio programming that Core has now acquired to be able to SMS the devices and program them for the networks that they're being dropped into. Now that this extension's happening live with Starlink, it makes it so we can do emergency notification signage in every school around the world. So intuitive, the school only has to plug in power. Right, Arby?
Yep.
Okay. So this is unscripted and live. It is 8:11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Our trade show booth goes live at the International Security Conference in Las Vegas in 20 minutes. Okay. Well, 19 minutes. So we're going to stop this recording and we're now going to go live into the testing at the International Security Conference in Las Vegas. We were also just showcased at Enterprise Connect in Orlando 10 days ago, right, Arby?
Mm-hmm.
And we're getting showcased tomorrow morning at the International Signage Association back in Orlando. So we are all masterminding this from a couple of laptops from around the world as the emergency notification signage for nationwide rollouts.
Yep.
Come on, that's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really is. So Core doesn't know that we've taken a strategic position in the company, and they don't know that we're going to start shipping here as of today over to some of our certified partners around the world, including just to drop a couple of names here, Harvey.
Mm-hmm.
After the trade show booth is set up in about 20 minutes, can you get Robert Pearman into a call with us from Jamaica?
Yep.
Cool. So we're going to announce it for Jamaica next, and then we're going to get into Bahamas. Okay.
Yep.
So we'll just go country by country so they can go, who the heck are these guys? This is insane. But it just it's real. Emergency notification signage needs to be on the inside and outside of every school around the world. That's just the way it is. Stop recording. Thanks, Harvey.